My name is Ryan. It's been 3 years since I started working, battling it out in sales. At first, it was honestly a struggle to get used to the job. In sales, individual performance is clearly reflected, and every day, I have to meet new people and communicate effectively, which can be mentally draining. Moreover, walking from one sales location to another all day makes it a physically demanding job. The first year was really tough. Compared to the average employee or my colleagues, I think it took me a while to get used to this job. But now, in my 3rd year, I'm finally getting the hang of it. Time was a factor, but there's no doubt that my improvement is largely thanks to my direct supervisor, Ms. Olson. She's one of the top performers in the company. Plus, she always reaches out to a junior like me who might not be doing so well. Ms. Olson is the type to clearly speak her mind, and her advice is always strict. But her advice is never wrong, and I can feel that she says it all with my best interests at heart. Ryan, what's with this document you submitted? It's not done at all. Really? I thought I did it pretty thoroughly. Aren't you relying too much on numbers and graphs? Our next client doesn't really like this sort of thing. I think something simpler and more straightforward would be better. I see. That makes sense. I think they mentioned something like that before. I'll redo it right away. Do it as soon as you can. The document you made before was great, so try a little harder this time. Yes. Thank you. Also, you said you were going to work overtime today, right? Yes. I'm planning to stay a bit late to make up for the time I took off the other day. I thought so. Here, take this. With that, Ms. Olson left a can of coffee and went away. She always helps guide me with strict, yet caring instructions. Her actions and words carry a subtle kindness. I've come to like her, not just as a boss, but also as a woman. Of course, I'm very careful not to let these feelings show at work. Mixing personal and professional life can lead to trouble. To make my work life comfortable, I made sure not to let any romantic feelings get in the way. Ryan, how's the sales project you're handling going? So far, it's going smoothly. But the client wants to see some different approaches, so I'm preparing that now. I was worried because you're a bit behind. If you're having trouble, let me know early on. Got it, thanks. As usual, our conversation flowed naturally. I thought it would be just another day at the office, but then something happened that would significantly change the company. The CEO walked into the office with a woman. Gathering everyone's attention, he began to introduce her. This is Lily, who's joining our company today as a mid-career hire. Everyone, please welcome her. Hi, I'm Lily. Nice to meet you all. The office started buzzing upon hearing this. We had heard that there wouldn't even be any new graduates hired this year. Yet here she was, joining us mid-career. She must be incredibly skilled, I thought. I then overheard a conversation from the next seat over. Can you believe it? The CEO's giving his daughter a job here. Isn't that kind of sketchy? Wait, you're telling me they have the same last name, is that what you mean? Yeah, exactly. She's the CEO's only daughter. Apparently, she didn't really job hunt and just asked to join the company. Handing a job to his darling daughter, huh? Classic case of nepotism. If what they were saying was true, that would explain why she suddenly joined us. At that moment, I felt a bit uneasy. A few weeks after Lily joined us, things became a lot clearer. She openly admitted that the rumors were true, proudly declaring she joined the company because she was the CEO's daughter. But I didn't want to judge her just for that. Having a family member's company hire you isn't inherently unfair, I thought. However, working with her became increasingly difficult for me. Lily used her father's position as CEO to avoid work. She behaved childishly, pawning off her tasks onto male colleagues. Hey, can someone do this for me? I don't get it. Please. I don't want to do this kind of work. Let me do something more fun. It felt like a kindergartner had joined the office. I wanted to speak up, but considering that she was the CEO's daughter, no one could be too harsh with Lily. The office started to take on an indescribable atmosphere. Amidst this, it seemed I had caught Lily's fancy, as she talked to me more than any other employee. Hey, Ryan, wanna join me for lunch? I can't right now, I still got work. Plus, I'm supposed to have a working lunch with Ms. Olson, sorry. Aww. Can't I join? Please. It's not that you can't. We have some important discussions. Sorry, not today. How about tonight? I'm feeling like I really want steak. What do you say? I might have to work late today. Plus, Lily, didn't you have a report to finish from this morning? Shouldn't you be doing that? It's fine, I'll get someone to help. I'd rather talk with you, Ryan. If Ms. Olson were here, she'd have set things straight. But, unfortunately, she was out on a business trip. We were in touch via email, but this wasn't something I could consult her about. I tried my best to fend off Lily while focusing on my work. At that time, I was handling a huge project. The reason I was in constant contact with Ms. Olson, even during her trip, was because of this project. We were coordinating over the phone and remote meetings, putting a lot of effort into it. Then, the day of the big business meeting arrived. It was the biggest moment for me since I joined the company. I did my best to prepare and headed to the meeting place I'd arranged with Ms. Olson. But no matter how long I waited, Ms. Olson didn't show up. After waiting anxiously for a long while, to my surprise, Lily showed up. Yay! Ryan. Finally, we get to spend some time together. Why are you here, Lily? Did Ms. Olson ask you for something? Nope. I just thought it was unfair how close you and Ms. Olson are, so I lied about the meeting time to her. So let's do our best together today, just the two of us. My mind went blank. For a moment, I was stunned and couldn't comprehend what she was saying. How did you manage to lie about the meeting time? I logged into the company system under your name and passed on the message. Smart, right? Using someone else's account should be impossible. Did she force her way in using the CEO's authority? Anger welled up inside me towards Lily. Do you realize what you're doing, Lily? I don't get any of these complicated things. But I'll be here today, watching you work hard. Her flirty remarks reminded me. I couldn't handle this deal alone. Lily had all the materials and data needed for the presentation. Trying to control my panic and anger, I asked her, "Why are you doing this? Do you realize how important today's business deal is?" Well, that's because. Don't you understand how I feel? I really like you, Ryan. She said, making a heart shape with her hands and speaking flirtatiously. I lost my temper, forgetting that she was the CEO's daughter. Well, let me be clear, I don't like you, Lily. And I really don't like those who can't separate work from their personal life. What you're doing right now is a blatant obstruction of my work. What are you thinking? There was an awkward silence between us. After a while, Lily's demeanor changed drastically, and she yelled at me in a completely different tone. I will never forgive you. You trampled on my feelings. I can't believe it. Apologize now, and I might just forgive you. I don't care. I'm struggling to work here. I won't take back what I said earlier. Fine then, you'll be demoted. Excuse me. I'll ask my father to demote you. Just you wait. Lily ran off after saying that. I was appalled by her childishness, but I didn't have time to dwell on it. I quickly contacted Ms. Olson and explained the situation. Luckily, Ms. Olson is always early, usually by 2 hours, so she arrived quickly. She had been doing a final check of the materials at a nearby cafe. Thankfully, we were able to conclude the important business deal without any issues. Despite Lily's interference, we managed to get through the day. But a few days later, there was a crisis. When I arrived at work, I was handed a demotion notice. I thought Lily was joking, but it turns out that she really had told her father. I couldn't accept this and went straight to the CEO. What is the meaning of this demotion? Please explain. The CEO looked annoyed and said, "You know what you did. You harassed my precious daughter and spoke rudely to her. You should be thankful it's just a demotion, not termination." Harassed. Spoke rudely. Did you hear that from Lily? Yes, she told me. So, you're demoted, Ryan. Aren't you going to listen to my side of the story? There's no need. My daughter said it, that's enough. His harsh words left me speechless. I just stood there, stunned. Then Ms. Olson came up beside me. Without a word, she handed her resignation letter to the CEO. I quit this company. What? Both the CEO and I were at a loss for words. I can't work under a CEO who disregards the opinions of hardworking and valuable employees for personal reasons. Thank you for everything until now. Wait, just a minute. If you leave, our company will collapse. I don't care. Thank you for everything until now. An uncomfortable silence filled the air. Then, other employees who had been watching us began to speak up. I'm quitting too. I'm tired of doing Lily's work every day. The CEO never listens to us anyway. I'll be handing in my resignation too. I've found a better job opportunity. I'm tired of being manipulated by Lily. Following Ms. Olson, one by one, employees announced their intentions to leave. The once arrogant CEO had turned pale. All of you, don't blame me for whatever happens next. Trying to sound tough, he stormed out of the office. Years later, Ms. Olson, I, and many other employees had left the company. Though we all had some anxiety about leaving, it seems that everyone had found better workplaces than before. Our meetings became less frequent, but we still kept in touch and met for meals. I heard that the old company went bankrupt due to staff shortages. Nobody knows what became of the CEO or Lily. The biggest change for me was my relationship with Ms. Olson. Even after leaving the company, we kept in frequent contact. Our conversations ranged from updates about our new jobs to casual chit-chat. No longer bound by our senior-junior relationship at work, we grew closer. We started meeting for meals and shopping, evolving into a more personal relationship. On our umpteenth date, Ms. Olson proposed to me. Ryan. From here on out, let's keep going to places together, always. Does that mean? Yes, Ryan. Will you marry me? Of course. I know we will have a beautiful future together. I'm so happy to be with someone I respect so much. Ms. Olson, the woman who declared she would leave the company for me. If anything ever happens to her, I want to be the first to protect her. These were my thoughts as we walked home, newly engaged.